Yeah, good evening, participants. Welcome to the class again. Dear all, I would just add a few points before I start the session. I would encourage all the participants to take part openly in discussions, raise questions during my trainings. Because HSC is a part where you should develop your skills to analyze certain things. So continuing with the class. So in the previous sessions, anyone is having any questions that has to be explained again? Last classes లో ఎవరికైనా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? I'll continue with the safety tag system. So a tag can be defined as a surface made of cardboard or paperboard that has some some temporary non-permanent material on which the letters or marking are there or both appear. So, and this safety tag gives us safety instructions to the employee who are exposed to the hazard. This safety tag can be affixed or attached to the equipment device system either by using a string, wire, adhesive, and the tag has to be made in two languages. One is English, that is compulsory, and the second can be your local or regional language, whichever it is applicable. Now coming to the other parts, safety in housekeeping. Now here, why does a HSC person is keen on housekeeping of a site or a production process? Can anyone tell why it is so important? హౌస్ కీపింగ్ హెచ్ఎస్సి పర్సన్ కి చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అందుకని హౌస్ కీపింగ్ కూడా ఒక చెక్ లిస్ట్ ఉంటుంది. అది డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వైజ్ కానీ లేదా ఓవరాల్ కానీ ఆ చెక్ లిస్ట్ చేసి ఉంటుంది. సో వైట్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకని హౌస్ కీపింగ్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్?
It is one of the root cause for the incident.
What, madam?
It's one of the root cause for an incident.
Yeah, one of the root cause for the incident. Very good then.
It can cause a fire.
It can cause
Fire.
Yeah, that is what it is. One of the cause of incident. A fire can also be an incident. So apart from that,
Tripping hazard.
that also you can consider as the incident. See, it increases the safety performance of an organization if there is good housekeeping. Plus, it increases the production. That is more important. Now we will see how it does. Now, housekeeping not only means the cleanliness, but also an orderly arrangement of operation tools, equipments, storage facilities, and supplies. So here, housekeeping has two purposes. One thing is to keep your workspace tidy, clean, and the second purpose is to orderly arrange all your equipments or production related things. Now, housekeeping is a practical method of increasing production, reducing incidents, and it improves the employees' morale and public relation. Now here it improves the employer or employees moral, because anything that you say, if you have an activity and you need certain tools or something, and if you throw it out again, you need to find, there is waste of time.
कैसे फट गया उसे? अरे कैसे फट गया पूछ रहे हैं, तुमको कुछ बोला क्या करने के लिए? वही पूछ रहे ना कैसे फटा?
Mr.
क्या
Kumar, would you mute your mic,
फटा मतलब
please?
कैसे फटा वो पूछ रहा ना, लग के फंसा, मारपीट किया तो फंसा, वही पूछ रहा ना तुमसे, कुछ करने के
Mr.
लिए बोला क्या?
Sushil Kumar, would you please mute your mic? The term housekeeping means a place for everything, everything in a place. Now for 3 marks, if you get what is housekeeping or why housekeeping is important, then you can write the first line, the first 3 points. Out of these 3 points, this term, a place for everything, everything in a place, is a short definition of housekeeping. So here now, how do you go for housekeeping, or how do you increase your housekeeping, or how the housekeeping performance is increased? Now here are some of the following aids that we use in our what you call a daily checklist, or you can say policies. The first thing is the management has to achieve orderly and cleanliness. This can be because of proper layout of work areas. If you see this is mostly you can see in automobile industry, where aisles are clearly marked, storage areas are marked, the production process are marked with yellow paints. Then marking of aisles and storage areas, as I've told, cabinet and holders for tools and portable equipments. The management can achieve also by how good housekeeping by storage arrangement of material containers for materials in the process. Now this container for materials in the process, like certain products that are used, if you go for production process, after use again the container has to be closed. So that and drip problem, overflow problem, all this has to be contained. Efficient sequence of the operation to avoid bottlenecks. Efficient sequence of the operations means if you have sim ops, in oil and gas industry we call sim ops. Sim ops stands for simultaneous operations. Now within a construction area, if you have sim ops operations, during in which different teams are acting there, so each one has to have an efficient sequence of operations so that the other team does not get problem. So this has to be well planned before you start the operations. Anticipating of waste, scrap, dust, spillage, liquid splashing and shown is one of the methods. Now these I'll show you what these are: overflow pans, scrapyard, chip screen chutes, exhaust and collector system, drain force, liquid slash. I'll show you the pictures so that you can have a rough idea. Now here these are the overflow plans. This we use mostly for the chemicals or for your oil. The second one you are well versed. Most of the municipality that comes in the to our house in the morning, you have dry waste and wet waste. So different kinds of bins for to collect different types of waste here. Then scrap yards, most of us are well versed. Then these are the chip screen. People who are in the villages who go for rice processing, they know how it is how the rice is cleaned and it is graded in different sizes. Then here chutes, mostly we use in construction, where you have like working at height, different people are working at height, and if you have dust and other things or small solid materials, they are not allowed to throw from top. So what we do is we provide like this chute. You can see a truck standing over here. So once it is to be discarded. All the things has to be discarded. It has to be thrown into the chutes. Exhaust and collector system. Most of the people are well versed this in factories and other things. About the large kitchens, you have the exhaust system wherein the smoke and dust is sucked out of the processing area. Now this overflow or the drain for liquid splash, most of us are familiar. People are having the hand wash in the house. You have a drainage system at the bottom. At the same time, you have a small hole just below the tap. Now that hole is provided to drain excess liquid if your main drain gets stuck up. Now, other means of good housekeeping is efficient transportation of material and the finished product. Now, this is very important because different kinds of material if you are ordering for the production process, and if it is not well stacked for deportation to your stores, it is not possible to maintain the inventory of that one. Second thing, efficient cleaning methods has to be maintained. Interference with the production schedule. If housekeeping is not proper, as I have told, the production loss will be there. Then training of employees for what? Now here as a training of employees for what? Can anyone guess? Training of employees for what?
For good housekeeping practices.
Yeah, all your workforce has to be trained for housekeeping. That is why in large construction projects, or even if it is small construction projects, at the starting of your after like a toolbox talk or pep talk, whatever it is there, we give 5 to 10 minutes for good housekeeping. And at the end of day, before leaving the site, it is mandatory that the employee take part in housekeeping and then they leave the site. This is as per daily schedule. But monthly or even once in a fortnight, all the employees, including the management and the workforce, everyone will participate for half an hour or so to clean up the whole of the site. So here you can see this is well marked. You can see with the yellow paint, everything is marked. The aisles are cleanly marked. The storage area is clean. The stacking of the things are very nice. So this is one of the image that gives a good picture of housekeeping. Then measures to improve housekeeping. As I have shown in the picture, layout of machinery, equipment, storage area, aisles and other things are pre-planned and neatly marked. All the workplaces, aisles and the work surroundings should be kept clean, free from obstruction. Now this is very important to reduce, as one of our participants have told that to reduce the incidents. This is the reason. All the material should be stacked tightly to a safe height in proper place. So what is the safe height for stacking of the materials?
6 foot.
Safe height and safe distance. What is the safe height and safe distance?
6 foot height and then 1 meter safe distance
1 meter is the distance.
from the electrical. From the electrical sources, water.
And height?
0.5 meter.
Height how much it should be?
6 feet, I think.
6 feet, sir.
Yeah, 6 feet. See, no material should lie in the aisles or walkways, including the emergency exits. Do not pile wide or long material on top of our short material, because it may fall. Keep a minimum distance of 3 feet from power panels or light panels and 6 feet from the nearest rail track or road. Now, can anyone guess why 3 feet from power panels?
To power the arc flashes.
Yes.
Power the arc flashes.
Arc flash or fire and
The
another thing.
electrician stand and work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the
In case of
electrician
short
stand and
circuit,
work.
sir.
No, when you told that arc flash or fire, you can avoid. That is very good point. Then workspace, yes, very good. Second point is very good. Workspace. Then
It can cause damage the electrical equipment.
Electrocution?
yeah, see if we have fires and all, definitely it will cause the damage. But one important point I want from you, what could be the other reason?
Is a static energy damages equipment? No, right.
No, energy is not developed here because no friction is taking place, isn't it? See, if we have a generator, okay. If we have a generator, and most of the generators are having special kind of things that you can switch it off in case of there is a problem. Say there is a electrical fire at some point of view, and if your generator is all over, near to your generator, you stack everything. So what could happen there? Yes, yes, Mr. Balkrishna. See, here main thing is, if you have emergency shutdown switch at the electrical panels, you cannot switch that. Switch it off. That is the main reason. You agree with this?
It means accessibility.
Yeah, actually, if it is near to that, as one of our participants have told that the working area, if it is very close to that, and if you have a system to shut down, you cannot go and shut down it in case of emergencies. So that is the main reason. Do you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Then do not allow keeping temporary unwanted things on the windows and edges. Why? Say
It
you
may
are
cause
you are working at height. Okay. If you put your tools and other things at the edge, there is possibility that it may fall onto the people who are working at the lower levels. So that is why we don't allow, and you go for toe board. Then grease and oil, it on the floor should be immediately clean. And spill is very much concerned in oil and gas industries. In construction industry, nails is one of the biggest causer of injuries. Then on completion of jobs, all your things has to be removed and placed at the place where it is allotted. Eliminate the practice of keeping excess materials at the workshop, at the work spot. That means if you have a store, take the amount that you need for your production process, not take and pile up at your place. Scrap bins are to be provided. Uniform color coding for pipeline. People who are working in farm industries, they are well versed with this. Good ventilation and hygiene condition of the building or the restrooms, whatever it is, it has to be very much maintained. Illumination level. What is the illumination level as per Factories Act?
10 lakhs.
10 lakhs. No, normal condition it is 5. And for upper end it is 30 lakhs. So all defective tools has to be removed. Moving parts of the machines or the live electric line has to be guarded. Manholes has to be closed. A red flag in day and red light in the night. Can anyone tell where this is more prominent? Red flag in a day and red light in a night, where it is more prominent? Where do you see this?
Lighthouse, sir, lighthouse.
No, that you live. I am in terms of construction industry.
In manhole, sir.
Let us talk in terms of construction industry.
Top of
The
the boiler.
excavation work.
Yes, yes.
Top of the boilers and height buildings.
Yeah, that is okay, accepted. But here in construction industry, what you are telling is in the production industry, okay.
Yes.
But in construction industry, when you have excavated
Vehicle-
area,
Vehicle access.
Excavation
yeah,
work, they
see,
do
that is
have a flag.
flagman or the banksman holding 2 flags.
Yes.
Okay, but if we have excavated area or deep excavation, then we go for using red light at the corners of your the perimeter of your excavated area. And this light is by flickering light that uses the solar energy. In the day you can put the red flag, but in the night it is mandatory that you go for red lights. Then first aid facilities should be placed at different places. Oil, grease and all combustible materials has to be removed from the work area. Fire extinguisher should be provided to all the fire hazardous place. A definite schedule to be carried by department for housekeeping inspections. Now, one question I would like to ask on this fire extinguisher. How many, I think all of you know basic of fire extinguisher. Now, for a HSC person, if there is no label on that, how do you identify a extinguisher, fire extinguisher, which type it is?
No idea, sir.
You got my question? Say there is a 4
Based
kgs.
on their
Yes.
what do you say, dispenser position, the nozzle and the way we open the extinguisher. If it's with the
Sir.
wall, then it's CO2, and if there are actually two kinds, sir. One which once it's opened, it cannot be stopped. Means it's a one-time use only.
No,
And
see,
the,
all are one time only. Previous mechanism, if you see,
no, sir.
you had a pin that is what that was called plunger system. Now you have squeeze type.
Yeah, previously.
Okay, now you have squeeze type.
There will be
But
color
except,
code on each cylinder.
yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Even that, if it is removed, then how?
So for CO2,
You can-
there's a wall, and even the
Yeah,
ejection, the
I'll tell
outlet
you. For
nozzle is
CO2,
made of
you have a
fiber.
broader discharge hose, isn't it?
Ah, yeah, that's made of fiber.
Yeah, that is called discharge horn.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, but that is very easy to identify. But others, just check and try to know yourself. And next class, if it's possible, just answer that. Because I'll be covering in fire and explosion, I'll tell you how it is. Then hazard checklist. Now, hazard checklist, we do this. There are two ways of doing. One is the HIRA, that is hazard identification risk assessment, that is presumptive or before a job it is done. Proactive, what we say. And the second method is you have a blank copy. For each job, you write on your own by seeing or identifying the hazard. So here, let us see what this hazard checklist is. In machine shop, the following hazard checklist will help the observer to make safety appraisal. Now, what is this safety appraisal? One is HR appraisal, that is done for employee at the end of year, where you get your promotions or increase in pay or increase in bonus. That is done by HR. So what is this HR safety appraisal?
A personal.
It is
Yeah, if
how
you
we
have
maintain the safety precautions during the work period and without any incident
Yeah, that is
or
there. But
accident.
apart from that, if you have different departments working at a place, then performance of different departments, that is safety appraisal. So here, housekeeping state
Sir,
whether.
can you repeat? Sir,
Yes,
can you
madam.
repeat? Can you repeat?
See,
Safety appraisal?
yeah, see, if you have different departments, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a maintenance department, within a shed you have, then you have production department, then you have facilities department, stores, packing and handling. Okay. So among these, who has the better performance?
Oh, okay. So function based.
Yeah, you can say department wise, it is appraisal is department wise. Then within a department, who is the best worker for the whole year or for 6 months, whatever the company policy has. Then, as our friend was telling, slipping and tripping hazards, if housekeeping is very proper, then most of the slipping and tripping hazards will be eliminated. Then machine hazards, state whether guards are not found. This includes, the gears, pockets and chains and other things. This is a major problem in construction industry. They bring a machine that is outdated without any, guards. It is very problematic in construction industry. Then fire hazards are all the fire appliances and fire exits ready for immediate use. Are flammable material properly handled and stored? So in your hazard checklist, these are some of the questions that you ask. See, questions, there is two types, or you can say hazard checklist is a type of internal audit. Now, these type of questions are all fire appliances and exits ready for immediate use? Yes or no, you get the answer. Okay. So, are inflammable materials handled properly and stored? Yes or no? So, these type of questions we call as closed type of questions. Open type of questions are there where you give explanation with evidences. So generally, all these checklists have the closed end type of questions like this one. So for protective PPEs are the goggles, respirator, required being worn for the required job. Jewelry, rings, and wristwatch are a source of danger moving around a machinery. So for production process, especially for the maintenance department and electrical department, we are very strict about this, including their belt buckles. If they have with metals, we ask them to remove when they go for such process. Then electrical equipment, no condition, note the conditions of switch, outlet, light cords and other things, ground wires. Now, why ground wire is so important for hazard checklist? Why do you check ground wires?
Leakage current passing.
Yes.
Leakage current passes through the
Yeah,
it
higher
will avoid the
potential,
shock.
it will be rooted to the ground.
Which avoids the shock.
Yeah. So for tools, another heading you have in the checklist, are proper tools being used for the jobs? Are the handles missing from the files? Chisel, mushroomed hammers or other things we don't allow. Wrenches, if they are broken, we don't allow. Screwdrivers and other things, if are not appropriate, we don't allow at the site. So these tools, as a HSC person, how do you inspect this?
Only visual inspection we can possible.
Yeah, that is why in organization now we have color coding system. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get confused with the color coding previously what we have told. That color coding was like red, yellow and green. That is different. But this color coding for tools and tackles, it is different. Like for every 3 months, you have one color. So in a year, you have 4 colors. So first 3 months, you have one color, and a safety person, if he gives the color coding, you can match the color coding with your tools with that particular month. That shows that the thing is visually inspected and it is fit for use. So general condition are boards or nails left on the floors. This is very important for construction industry. Ladders, stair, guards and other. If it is needed, repair. Now tell me one thing. Does a HSC person allow ladders to be repaired if it is damaged? Does he allow?
No, sir.
Why? If there is ladder that is damaged and work team is using that, it comes to the notice of the HSC person, what action he should take?
Stop the work immediately.
Okay, then.
Change the letter immediately, sir.
Change the ladder.
Okay. If the same management says that it doesn't have a new ladder stock, then what action he should take?
No,
Stop
we
the
should
job?
not allow the work. Stop the job.
Stop the
Allow
job?
for if possible.
Alternate arrangement use ladder has to be arranged, sir. There is no escape from shape.
See,
To arrange for
if,
staging.
see, there is in the production process there was a breakdown, okay, and if company stops for the longer time, it will lose in millions. So do you think that management will allow HSC person to not to follow his safety rules, stop the production process maybe for half day till he gets a new stock of that?
So they will not be dependent on only one ladder, right? There will be other ladder available in other departments.
See, these are different scenarios that you will encounter.
Now, when you said production is stopping, so alternative arrangement has to be done by the respective supervisor.
See, all
Or
these I have encountered.
before-
I'm asking practical questions. That is why all these we have encountered in our career. Lot of
So
problems with management,
yeah,
with stores, with people. So just think of that. Now coming to the color coding. Now, in order to stimulate a constant awareness of presence of hazard, color coding is used. For example, firefighting, emergency procedures, color codes are used for marking physical hazards. Now here, again, I'll be taking this part as a separate lesson, but this is just only for your information in the basics. The color code red is used for fire. Orange indicates dangerous points on machinery that cut, crush, shock, otherwise injure. If people are well versed, if standard equipment is supplied by a vendor, his machine will definitely have machine guard with an orange color. But substandard companies, they paint with single color, whatever the machine is having the color. Yellow, here I haven't put the yellow color because it is difficult to see. That is why I put here black. It is a universal sign of caution. Then green, green means safe or no danger zone. So here you have an example of color coding, the red, yellow, blue, you have green. Now can anyone tell why blue is used?
It's an information.
Yes?
Because
It's
this
an
is a
information
personal
sign.
protective equipment.
No, see, that is there. If you see, it is, I agree. But why it is in blue color? It
Blue
can
is
be in red
the
also, no?
no blue is the peaceful of uh,
Has anyone encountered these blue signs beside road or something?
I think blue will be more visible than any other color like that, sir.
No. See, when you are going on a road and that road is dividing into two lanes, from single lane, it is dividing into two lanes, then you must have seen a blue color signboard with a with a white arrow down. Did you observe that?
yes sir.
This blue, that
Yes,
means
sir.
what? You should follow that rule. It is mandatory, no escape. If you see here, this person, a safety vest is there. That means it is mandatorily you come with a safety vest. If we have goggles, that means it is a mandatory that you wear that particular PPE and come to the site. No escape. So blue stands for mandatory sign. Now here it is a cautionary color, but it is a mandatory also. Purple indicates for radiation hazards. Black stands for black and white. It stands for general information such as housekeeping locations, refuge can and other things. So here are some of the things, example of color coding. So here are some of the questions. Why safety is important? In industry, why safety is required? Define incidents, already we have seen. Define dangerous occurrence for 3 marks. Define unsafe act and unsafe condition, or this is for 3 marks. And if preventive methods are there, then it comes for 8 marks. How an incident is going to affect the financial status of an industry, we have seen in terms of social cost, direct and indirect cost to the management and to the society. Describe the incident theories. We have seen Enrich's theory, Dominus theory, and Bird's theory. Why we do incident investigation? That we have seen. That is for root cause analysis